A few things that can be very useful to you when life gives you another dose of stress and trouble. This time, I just want to remind you of a few things that can be very useful to you when life gives you another dose of stress and trouble. Happiness is not permanent, but it doesn't have to be. Sometimes, in order to get to the best days of your life, you have to fight through some of the worst. Believing that you can reach a state of happiness and stay in it forever is like believing that a wave of the sea can freeze in an unchanged state when it reaches the shore, or that an apple tree can hold on to all its fruits if it only wants to. Happiness is just a series of pleasant moments that come and go and add sweetness to our lives. Learn to accept it, and you will have many more such moments. Failures are temporary, and they often teach us important things. As a rule, we learn the best life lessons either by getting into not the best situations, or by making mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. There are no perfect people in this world. And the sooner you understand this, the sooner you can, if not become an ideal, then at least get closer to it. Yes, you can never be 100% sure that what you do will work, but you can definitely be sure that by doing nothing, you will achieve absolutely nothing. 10 times trying and failing is 10 times better than not trying at all. So get down to business. You will either succeed or you will learn something. Either way, you win. You are constantly moving forward, even if you don't see it. Yes, you may not have gotten to where you wanted to be yet, but if you think about it carefully, you are not where you were before, are you? And if so, why don't you trust yourself and keep moving forward? Not because you always make the right choices, but because you survived the wrong ones you made, and continued to move at least half a step in the right direction. If you feel bad right now, stop for a minute, cry. It helps. Crying doesn't mean you're weak, just that you're alive and full of potential. And then wipe your tears. Before you lies a path that no one can go for you. How you feel under stress is not reality at all. Just because you're scared doesn't mean you're really in danger. Just because you feel lonely doesn't mean no one loves you. Just because you think you can't do it doesn't mean it won't. Try to look beyond your doubts and keep looking for the truth. Pay more attention to what you say to yourself. We all do this in our own thoughts, but we rarely pay attention to the content of these internal monologues and how they affect us. The only way to overcome negative thoughts and destructive emotions is to set yourself up for the positive. And then the negative will not have a chance, because the positive is always stronger. No matter how dark your night is, remember that the sun is still shining somewhere. Sometimes it pays to forget how you feel, remember what you deserve, and keep moving forward. You cannot change what you refuse to pay attention to. You can learn a lot from your mistakes and failures, unless, of course, you prefer to simply ignore them. And if you keep asking yourself the same question for several months or even years, but you still haven't found the answer, is it because this answer has been under your very nose for a long time, but you just don't want it to see? Yes, sometimes it takes a lot of courage to admit that your life needs change, and even more courage to actually change something. The most important step is the first. Just by starting to do something and change in the right direction, you give yourself an impetus that will help you complete what you started. And not only, often with it we bring down an avalanche of positive changes that begin to occur in our lives one after another. You are not your past. No matter how chaotic your past may be, your future is a clean, freshly washed board on which you can write whatever you want. You are not your past habit, not your past mistakes. You are not how others treated you in the past. You are the person you feel you are here and now. And your future is determined only by what you do now. Sometimes not getting what you want is the best possible option. Yes, sometimes it turns out to be an unspeakable success, if only because it helps us to reevaluate our lives, take a fresh look at many familiar things, and open our eyes to opportunities and information that we would otherwise simply not notice. Remember, sometimes fate deprives us of something good only to reward us with something better. The most pleasant state is to be busy with yourself. Stop eating yourself a meal for the fact that you are constantly busy with yourself. Enjoy this state. Just because you're working on yourself today doesn't mean you're not good enough. It just means you want to be even better tomorrow, so you can live your life to the fullest. This means that you want to heal your heart, expand your horizons, and cultivate in your soul something that is pleasant to share. So work on yourself, and enjoy it. Nobody will live your life for you. Do as your heart tells you. Let your dreams be bigger than your fears, and your actions louder than words. Live the way you want, not the way it comes out. Invent ways to change your life for the better, not excuses. Allow yourself to be motivated, but not manipulated. Listen to your inner voice, not the selfish words of others. Work to achieve excellence, not to surpass someone else. This is your path, and only yours. You may have companions, but no one will pass it for you. Life is not easy, but it's worth it. If you expect your life to be simple, sooner or later it will disappoint you. To achieve something meaningful, you have to work hard. So wake up every morning ready to run further, and faster than yesterday, and fight for your dream harder than you ever had to. And most importantly, direct your efforts in the right direction. Yes, such a life will not be simple or easy. But in the end it turns out that it was worth it.